Well, he wasn't charged with possession. He wasn't charged with possession. Clearly, it's not drugs.
Exactly.
Clearly, it's not drugs.
What Prosecutor Sarah Sammy is telling the judge yesterday was a complete lie.
Yeah,
she's trying to justify this body cam.
She's trying to justify that interaction.
By lying to the judge. Mustapha's toxicology showed 0.003. His girlfriend has cancer.
So Brad...
And she smokes hemp.
Brad is making the point that Mustapha was targeted. There was a bias by police from the moment police identified this was Mustapha. Exactly. There was a bias. There was a targeted effort to make him guilty no matter what. From the beginning. I mean, he's literally saying... By the way...
Well, I have another body cam.
By the way, let me just mention this. They haven't scanned the car. They haven't gotten a statement from Mustapha. They haven't looked at the data recorder. They haven't looked at the dash camera. They haven't interviewed anybody on the scene. Okay?
And immediately they jump into...
And he's right there in that body cam. Casey Fines is telling Drum, this guy is a drug user. He did it on purpose. And Drum, who's the primary investigator on this case, says wherever the fuck that guy goes, I want his blood.
Muhammad, this is a toxicology from Mustapha?
I mean, it cannot be any more clearer than that Mustapha was condemned guilty the moment Casey Fines made his statement.
Absolutely.
He was guilty. And then Rob Sermon, in another body cam, on the scene, says, oh, shit, I didn't know that was him. We were briefed about him. And then he mutes his body cam.
Do me a favor, go over to exhibit. I want to play that body cam.
To Sarah Sammy, was that another buffer where his body cam muted after he said he knew Mustapha?
Clearly, you see that he turned off the audio.
The police were briefed about Mustapha. By the way, I'll say this. The prosecutor has to give Brad Haywood what this briefing was about. That happened months before the car accident. What kind of briefing do they have at Prince William County Police about Mustapha? That has to be made public. It has to be given to the lawyer. Because, again, it's exculpatory evidence. It shows police had a bias, okay, and they were targeting Mustapha.
She tells Judge Weimer, Your Honor, it's dangerous to probe into these police officers. It's dangerous to find out what they said to each other. It's dangerous to release my communication with the police. The judge was so...
It's dangerous for who?
That's exactly what the judge said. Judge Weimer said, it's dangerous for who? Are you being threatened by the police? She says, no, Your Honor, no. And she started like...
He said by police?
By police. He said by the police.
Why would he make that?
And then she says, absolutely not, Your Honor. I am being threatened by the family. Wait a minute. Whoa. What are you talking about?
You mean the statements you retracted? Or was this prior,
you just argued a point with the defense attorney that you do not have a bias against the family. You do not have a bias in this case. And hence you retracted your statement that Mustapha brother, bought an AR-15 and 1,000 rounds. And then you turn around and you say, the family is threatening me. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Let's go the hypothetical route.
It doesn't even make sense.
Let's go the hypothetical route. She's saying it's dangerous to find out why the police had a bias, why they were targeting Mustapha. It's dangerous because the family is threatening her. How is her conducting interviews or gathering information from the police? How is that dangerous to the police by the family? How is this connected in any way, shape, or form? How is it connected? How is that connected to the prosecutor?
There's a protective order in place. The communication are not going out to the public. I mean, in this case, there's a protective order.
But what's the threat, though?
I mean, here,
what's the threat?
I mean, why is she so terrified? By the way, the communication are going to Mustapha's defense attorney, Brad Haywood. The communication is not going up on Facebook. The communication is not going out to the community. The communication is not going out to the family.
It's going to the attorney.
It's going to the attorney. What is Prosecutor Sarah Sammy so terrified that Brad Haywood is going to see? What kind of communication did she have with the police? What kind of communication did she have with those individuals that are brought into this case? Why is she terrified to release that communication?
I have a theory. Why she's scared her communication is going to get to the attorney. And my theory is she instructed these alleged witnesses on what to say. She's giving them active instructions on how to manufacture probable cause to hold the man in jail. And that's really what it comes down to. She's instructing the police on how to hide the corruption, how to hide how they tampered with evidence.
How to cut and mute these
Okay.
body cams.
She's instructing them that I've sealed the material. Whatever you've said on the body cam, even though you muted, if you missed anything, don't worry, I got your back. I've already sealed all the body cams, so don't worry about it. Whatever you do with this minor, whatever you talk about with the kids, nobody's going to see it. Oh, and I'll give you another bonus. We have Casey Stevens on the case, and he's on our side.
The defense attorney that stole our money
Mustapha
and has a
has no
relationship with
Mustapha has no attorney. Don't
Robert
worry about
Drum.
it. Casey Stevens is not going to push back. He's not going to probe. He's going to hand Mustapha to us on a silver platter. Okay, so don't worry. That's her communication with the police. She's actively telling them how to hide the corruption, how to hide how they tampered with his dash camera. She's actively telling them to chop up the car. She's telling them Mustapha's car was in the shop recently. Chop up the car to muddy up the waters so that nobody could come in and say, oh, well, this was prior to the accident. You can't say that anymore because the police can come out and say, oh, no, we rolled the dash. Why is the vehicle smashed in here? Oh, we did that. We smashed it in order to get the
They're
ATM.
staging the vehicle.
I mean,
You have pictures of the vehicle before and after. Clearly, they staged the vehicle.
But they cannot get away with it because the reports clearly identify Robert Drum scanning the vehicle on site. He scanned it with the Faro machine that takes measurements of every millimeter in that car. It takes thousands of photos of that car, and he took those photos on the scene. By the way, I'm looking at 811 pages of police reports and discovery. I don't see anywhere where he scanned the car. The data is not there.
I mean,
so why is the prosecutor hiding the Faro scan that Robert Drum did on the scene, and they want to let another expert come in and scan the car that they've chopped up already?
Well, Robert Drum admit on a body cam that he scanned the vehicle with a Faro machine.
Bullshit.
What do you mean?
You cannot hide the Faro scan that Robert Drum did on the scene. That has to be given to the attorney.
That has to be released.
That's exculpatory evidence.
Specifically, where Robert Drum is admitting to scanning the vehicle. He said, I had the vehicle on scene for multiple hours, and we see through the drone that they have. We have a drone.
They took drone footage?
Yep.
We have the drone footage, but where is the scan? Where is the scan? And I'll tell you where it's sitting. It's sitting right next to Romero's body cam. It's sitting right next to Chad Mason's full body cam. It's sitting right next to Cruz's body cam. It's sitting next to
in a separate incriminating file.
And it's
to
also
the police.
sitting with Andrew Margiotta's body cam that they were hiding for 2.5 years, and it took Brad Haywood fighting tooth and nail to get that body cam.
The bottom of the line is the bottom line is we're gonna get those communications.
We're gonna get it.
Okay, we're gonna.
Well, the lawyer's gonna get it. The lawyer's gonna get it.
Brad Haywood is absolutely is not going to let go of
by
the
law. He has to
communication. By
get
law,
it.
absolutely.
By law, he
I
has
mean,
to
you
get
want to
it.
get to the bottom of what's going on in this case. The details show this is a car accident. The details show that the police targeted Mustapha. The details show that officers admitting to cutting and muting the dash camera. You have evidence that they crushed and staged the car. The children are weaponized, abused in the process. I mean, I'm looking at body cam where an officer comes up to another officer and he says, I've been briefed about this cat.
Exactly.
And then
That briefing.
How do you explain that? You want to tell me you haven't been targeting Mustapha? Mustapha was in an active lawsuit against the police. You want to tell me that they don't have private investigators? They're not actively putting you under a radar? A Mustapha in this community has to be put back into his place. And now you're looking at a situation, a car accident that you're taking advantage of. Let's play the body cam. Do me a favor. Go over to exhibits.
This is Rob Sermon.
Rob Sermon.
Officer Rob Sermon. Who actually, by the way, admitted to doing something inappropriate to Mustapha's
Oh, that's
car.
right. I have another body cam where he hit this officer and investigator Davis, the same one that's calling Rob Davis, the same one that's calling the 16-year-old that's not in a forensic unit, Rob Davis, the same one that's talking to the ex-boyfriend, that's telling him, we need to get Mustapha off the street. We need you. It's talking about pumping money into Mustapha's case. It's going to require spending money.
And he asked this officer that we're going to watch, he asked him, did you do something inappropriate to Mustapha's car? And his response was yes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now he's talking about he was in a briefing. He was in a briefing about Mustapha, and he just recognized, oh, shit, that's the guy we had a briefing about. Let's play that.
I talked to Grantham on the other one, and he said that it looked like. So we're good. We're good.
Sorry.
Everything's
We'll call you next time.
Hey, can I be honest with you? I didn't even know that cat. I do now. I remember now that it was brought up.
I didn't even know this guy. I do now.
He said, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Oh, please be honest. Rob Sermon,
Let's listen to that one more time.
be honest with us. Tell us more. Tell us more.
Sarah Sammy is terrified that this is going to come up, that details of the communication and the police reports and whatever they're talking about is going to come up.
By the way, he's on the phone. You want to bet he's on the phone with Sarah Sammy?
I have body cams where when you zoom in, they're communicating.
It says Sarah Sammy.
It says Sarah Sammy. How do you think I have her phone number? I have her phone number through the body cam. I'm looking at these officers updating Prosecutor Sarah Sammy every step of the way.